to Dan's Bar. Today it is a very exciting day because this is the 30th episode of Dan's Bar, and that's just exciting. It's cool. We have 30 episodes now. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Anyway, for this 30th episode, we're going to be making a drink called Winter's Eve. The reason we are making this is because last night, in the middle of May, we got below freezing because a polar vortex came through the Midwest and some places got snow, and it's nonsense. So I'm wearing my finest sloth finery, my sloth holiday sweater, and we're gonna make a Winter's Eve because that's what it feels like right now. Sooner or later, we are going to get summer. I have heard it is inevitable, but for now, Winter's Eve is where it's at. So what we're gonna be doing is making this 2 parts bourbon, 1 part vermouth, less than 1 part of a Amaro, and less than 1 part of a Marachino liqueur. Kind of be similar to a Manhattan kind of, with some more flavors in there, a little bit more bitterness, a little bit more sweetness. I think it'll be tasty. It was made by a restaurant in Los Angeles that has since closed. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started and make our Winter's Eve. And we're gonna start off with 2 ounces of our bourbon. You saw nothing. This bourbon, I'm just using a Maker's because Maker's is delightful. And I'm gonna do a bit of a heavy pour because I feel like it and it's Saturday night. That's about all you got to it. I am a big fan of Maker's, as I've said multiple times, so it's kind of my go-to when I just want to pick a random bourbon. It's sweet, it's flavorful, it's tasty, you can't go wrong. Now we're gonna do 1 ounce of our vermouth. Yeah, so this is whatever vermouth you happen to have. If you have a dry one, I think that would be better than a sweet one in this particular recipe, especially if you're using a sweeter bourbon like a Maker's. But again, whatever you happen to have, spot on. Not a problem at all. Now I'm going to do about a little bit less than a ½ ounce of our Amaro. You could even go more towards the 1/4 ounce. This is really just for a little bit of flavor. And because Amaro is a bit of a strong bitter flavor, it would be easy to overpower the rest of the cocktail if you were to put in too much. So that's about halfway between a half and a 1/4 of an ounce. We'll see how it works out, but I tend to like a little bit more bitterness in the drink, so I think that'll be just dandy. And we're gonna finish with another ½ ounce of our Marachino liqueur. Marachino liqueur that I'm gonna put in a measuring cup first. I am measuring things, it is weird. When I'm cooking, I do not measure things. I don't. When making cocktails as of late, that's way more than ½ ounce. Oh well. I have been measuring, so, you know, I'm growing as a person, maybe? I still don't measure when cooking though. It's just overrated. When you're baking, sure, because that's more chemistry. But when you're cooking something, put in the things that taste good. That, based on what you want things to taste like, put in more garlic, put in more spices, pepper, whatever you want more of, put more of it. It's your food. You're gonna be eating it. That you should be having. So, in any case, we're gonna give it a shake now and see where we get. That's what happened last time when it didn't go on right. It's on right now, we're good. All right, and that is about good. Now, this is actually very exciting. I submitted one of the pictures that I took as part of a product photo shoot for actually a glass that I got through Kickstarter, one that I've used a couple times, the kind of double insulated things, and I won one of the photo contests, which was awesome. So I got a gift certificate, and with that, I have a couple more of their glasses. So this is now my current glass. It's gonna be a nice, fancy, heavy, crystal delightfulness, and this is gonna be my cocktail glass for the Winter's Eve, which I think is very fitting, seeing as it's nice, hefty, something just have some substance like you'd wanna have on Winter's Eve. So, what do we got? We got a cocktail. Ooh. This is the problem with using large ice cubes. It takes up a lot of space in the glass. Well, I'll have more for later. That is an aggressively large ice cube, gotta admit. All right, see where we're at. Oh, that's delightful. You know, it tastes a lot spicier than I thought it would. The combination of the Amaro and the Maraschino almost gives it a festive holiday spice-ish type mentality to it. That's quite good. I think I'd use a little bit less vermouth, and a dry vermouth would definitely be preferable. But with the Makers, it is good because it gives that sweetness. It's almost like a toddy, where you got the sweetness from the bourbon, the spiciness from the Amaro, and a little bit of that kind of fruity note from the Marachino liqueur. That's solid. Yeah, all right. Well, thank you for sticking with me for 30 episodes. We'll see where we go from here. But until we do meet again, continue practicing cocktails, stay inside, stay safe, and yeah, cheers.